So far, we have taken a look at the different input devices like the keyboard, mouse, joystick, and so on. A brief look at the output devices like the printer, the MICR, OCR, scanners, and so on. We're now going to take a look at a very important component of a computer, which is the main memory, as well as the secondary memory. So in this session, we're going to talk about memory devices. In order to store data and programs, we require memory. Memory is of two types. The first type of memory is known as the primary memory, main memory, also known as the RAM. It is used to store programs and data which is being currently processed by the CPU. Whereas the secondary memory or the auxiliary storage, which are examples of which are hard disk, pen drive, are used to store data and programs permanently. Now, examples of primary memory are RAM, which stands for random access memory, ROM, which stands for read-only memory. Examples of secondary storage devices are hard disk, pen drive, DVDs, CD-ROM, and so on. We shall be briefly taking a look at some of these devices in some amount of detail. Now, commonly, main memory is just referred to as RAM or memory, whereas secondary memory like your hard disk, pen drive is referred to as storage. The measurement of memory, like you tend to measure distance in feet, kilometers, inches. Similarly, you have to measure memory in terms of certain units. Memory is measured in terms of units called as bytes. Bytes means if you have 8 bits, bits can be either zeros or ones. So if you have 8 bits, which are a combination of zeros and ones, that is referred to as one single byte. But there are different terminologies associated with measurement of a memory. Let's try to take a look at the different measurement units. The most common units are what you can really see. Beyond this, you're really going to not use the terms of measurement very frequently. It's going to be very rare. If I have 8 bits, the symbol is B and it is referred to as bytes. Now 1 byte is 8 bits. 1024 bytes, that is 1024B, is equal to 1 kilobyte. Similarly, 1024 kilobyte is equal to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. This is generally the size of your hard disk on most of the laptops and PCs as of today. Memory is generally around 4 GB, 8 GB, or 16 or even 32, maybe 64 if you just really like to have a lot of gaming and videos. Now, 1024 GB is equal to 1 terabyte. So these are the most frequent units you will be using. Generally, your hard disk will be of 1 terabyte or half a terabyte capacity. Now let's come to a few different units, not very frequently used, but just for the sake of it, you need to really know. 1024, let me cover this so it makes it easy. 1024 terabytes is equal to 1 petabyte. And 1024 petabyte is equal to 1 exabyte. Now again, 1024 exabyte is equal to 1 zettabyte. 1024 zettabyte is equal to 1 yottabytes, and 1024 yottabytes is equal to 1 brontobytes or 1 geobytes. So these up to terabytes, it's important you remember. Below this, you're rarely going to use, maybe petabytes, that's it. Beyond this, you're rarely going to use these particular items. Now, let's try to briefly take a look at a little bit about primary memory, main memory, also known as RAM or ROM. Now, the main memory, as I told you, is referred to as the RAM or random access memory. The programs and data which are being executed by the CPU at this point of time are stored in the main memory or the RAM. The CPU reads programs and data from the main memory. If any intermediate calculations it has to save temporarily, it saves in the main memory. Now, Data which is permanent or program which is permanent is loaded from the hard disk secondary drive onto your RAM or the main memory. Now, main memory is of two types. One is RAM or the random access memory. The second is ROM or read-only memory. We shall be talking about both of them in some amount of detail to just give you an basic idea about these two. So ROM stands for read-only memory. In our next session, we'll start discussing about the ROM.